Yes, people, welcome and welcome back to another Arsenal transfer news roundup. This is the show where we give you info on a couple transfers potentially going through, whether it's incomings or outgoings for Arsenal. Don't go through about 50 or 60, just 1, 2 or 3, and we give it in depth, and I provide the sources as well, so it's not just empty words, reliable sources at that, from whether it's Instagram, Twitter, wherever I quote them. So yeah, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing on my road to 600, and in the comments I'm actually going to leave a link to my Twitter. For those of you that, that's where I tweet about everything that I don't include in videos. For example, it could be about an Arsenal game, like just little points during it. Other football matches, I was tweeting about Liverpool, Chelsea yesterday. And yeah, I follow back all football related accounts. So if you want to follow on Twitter, yeah, I'll follow back for sure. So yeah, let's get into it. It's mostly going to be about sales now because we've only got 2 or 3 days left of the transfer window. And we've had a lot of incomings already, and now Arsenal want to ship some deadwood. I'm going to start with Willian. I think he's literally the pinnacle of deadwood at Arsenal Football Club. Carve, the Sky Sports presenter, I actually really like him. He goes on the Sky Sports News and talks through signings, talks very well. And he tweeted yesterday night, incredible gesture by Willian. He's tearing up his Arsenal contract, saving Arsenal £20 million in the process because, of course, he has 2 years left in his £240,000 a week deal. But instead of just sitting back and taking the money, he's walking away, so tearing up his contract so Arsenal don't have to pay him any more money. And he's going to sign Corinthians, which I believe is a Brazilian club, on 70% less wages. So yeah, there was a mix of it. I know it's an incredible gesture. A lot of Arsenal fans were like, "Oh, don't care. He's cost us 20 million, whatever." I actually don't mind. I'm happy for Willian, to be honest, because it didn't work out at Arsenal. I don't think he's a bad footballer by any means. He just did not work out at this club for one reason or another. I'm happy for him that he's tearing up his contract. I think it's the least he could do after he's been awful for us. But look, walking away from £240,000 is not an easy decision financially, but he's made a lot of money in his life. I think he's going to go Corinthians, have a nice time in Brazil, probably back with where I don't know whether his family's been based, certainly his wider family, because that's where he's from. So yeah, happy for him. And I think it is right decision for him to leave. It just wasn't a signing that worked out. I reckon in another life, this signing could have been brilliant, but it just didn't work for one thing or another, whether it was the manager, the player, I don't know, the team, just something didn't click between Willian and Arsenal. And yeah, he looks like he's going to be leaving this football club at last. So the next one we're going to talk about is another outgoing, Nketiah. Yes, the forgotten man at Arsenal, the striker behind Aubameyang, Lacazette, and it looks like Balogun has taken over him as well. He's actually been injured recently, but Crystal Palace, Patrick Vieira's team are pushing for him, and a fee of around £11 million plus add-ons is being mentioned, as reported by Arsenal Realist, the reliable Instagram account. The thing is, though, with Nketiah, right, 11 million is very little amount of money. Bearing in mind he's top scorer for England under 21s. That's no mean feat. That is a tough thing to do. It's very small. Of course, he's rejected all our contract extension proposals of Arsenal to run like one of the worst clubs in the world. They rejected contract extension, so he basically goes for free unless we sell him. And to be honest, you could get around 2025 for Nketiah. I'm not lying. I do think he's a decent poacher. Do I think he's a striker for Arsenal? No. But I could easily see him go somewhere like Crystal Palace, Brighton, Newcastle and tear it up. So £11 million, they're really selling us short here, especially with an English player. The English tax just does not apply to Arsenal, clearly, because we got scammed only 20 million for Joe Willock when he's probably around a £30 million player. 11 million for Nketiah as well is poor. We are negotiating a sell-on clause into the deal, which of course means that Crystal Palace go on to sell Nketiah. We'd get a proportion of that income. That is very, very similar to when we tried to sign Wilfried Zaha from Crystal Palace a couple seasons ago. But they wanted 80 million because they knew 25% of the money would go to Manchester United, so they'd only end up getting 60 million from the 80 million. So that's why Arsenal pulled out negotiations and went for Nicolas Pepe instead, which in hindsight probably is an L, because we could have got Zaha, who's Premier League proven. But yeah, it just draws parallels between those two. So if Arsenal do include a sell-on clause, I guess that is a smart business. I like the sell-on clause bit to it. Let's see if they do that. I think that's where the disputes are coming in and whether this will actually go through or not. But it's looking more likely than not likely that Crystal Palace will sign Nketiah. So yeah, and now finally another outgoing is Miguel Azeez, a sentiment, a really promising young player. He hasn't really found his way into the squad, to be honest. I remember him just got an absolute worldie of a long shot in pre-season in one of the games at London Colney. He's been spotted at Portsmouth training ground ahead of a loan move to the League One side, which I think is nice for him. To be fair, I think he's better than League One. I think he could get into a championship team. But League One's nice, and also Portsmouth manager is keen to note that he is actually the same manager that managed Emile Smith-Rowe when he was on loan at Huddersfield. And obviously Emile Smith-Rowe is looking like a baller right now. So yeah, if you can do the same thing to Azeez, we'd absolutely love that. He's a player I think he's got a chance to get into the squad. I've always liked when he comes on the pitch. He's box to box, nice. I do see him have a future at this club, and a loan move I think will be really good for him because I don't see him getting many games this year, especially since we're out of Europe. We've only really got Carabao Cup, which we're playing strong teams, it seems like, FA Cup and Premier League, and that was reported by Chris Wheatley. In terms of actual incomings, we're seeing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing concrete whatsoever, and that is really poor to see, especially with 2 or 3 days left in the window. We need signings. It got literally highlighted for us in bold marker, Sharpie, highlight, whatever you want to call it, against Man City when we got absolutely demolished 5-0. We need a right back. It's clear to see Cedric is not the answer. Chambers is not the answer. Bellerin definitely is not the answer. We need a centre mid. Jacques has just been sent off for reckless. That'll be 3 games he's gone now. He'll miss the game against Norwich. He'll miss the game against Burnley. He'll miss the North London derby. So what, Partey comes back. Can we trust him to stay fit? I can't trust Partey to stay fit. He's injured every other week. So what happens then? Is it Lokonga now Nenny in midfield? That midfield isn't a top half table midfield, let alone a European midfield. We definitely need to sign another midfield and definitely sign an improvement in midfield. All the signings we've made so far have definitely been potential signings. I'd like to see signings that actually improve the starting 11. Someone like Houssem Aouar, this is going to go towards the end of the window. It's been linked left, right, centre with him. Nothing concrete yet. He's been offered to us literally on a plate like Lyon, like take him. We need to get rid of the player. I'd love to see him coming because it is an improvement at the end of the day. And look, at a club price 25 million, you can't go wrong. I think we won't sign a big name. When I say big name, sorry, it's like a big price player. I think we've spent the majority of our dough this window. We've blown 127 million or 150 million or so already. I don't think we're going to drop another 50 million, 60 million on a player. I think if we do sign players, it'll be between 20 to 30 million and it'll be less than that. For me, we need a right back and centre mid urgently. Urgently. Those 2 positions we have to address. But let's see what Arsenal do. Of course, Aouar is linked. And right back, I'm seeing absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. Trippier was there for a bit. He seems to have not happening anymore. I don't know whether we just don't want to pay the money that Atletico Madrid want. Because to be fair, he's 29, 28 years old. So they're offering for around 40, 45 million, which is a bit much for a 28, 29-year-old. Zeki Celik, that was really big at the start of the window. That went quiet. He's now looking to go to Atletico Madrid. I don't know whether Zeki Celik going to Atletico Madrid kind of means that they're looking to sell Kieran Trippier maybe. But who knows? He's gone as well. Very few right backs available on the market. Max Aarons, is he really an upgrade on our right back situation? Matty Cash maybe, but all the Aston Villa selling this late in the window. It's just we've left it late again for the one position we needed. Honestly, like at the start of the window, every Arsenal fan knew we needed a right back, an attacking midfield, and a backup left back. Fair enough, we did a backup left back. Fair enough, we did the attacking midfielder, but it's always 2 out of 3 positions that we fill at this football club. It's never all of the positions filled. 2 years ago, Chelsea, they needed a lot of signings and they got them all. Havertz, Ziyech, Chilwell, you name it. They got all the players they needed in one window. Why for us is it always we're missing one player? We can't get it all over the line. But yeah, I've been MyFootball. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my road to 600. I'll catch you guys in the next video.